And welcome to Medical Mondays, y'all. This is your host with the most THC in this motherfucking bloodstream, DERG. And of course, I got my right hand man, my compadre, my co host with me, Ed Rocho.
What up, though?
Tonight's special guest is our boy Mike Fate joining us. And of course, we got Rick Thompson and Jamie Lowell up in this motherfucker. So how's everybody's weekend? Oh, that was pretty boring. You know what? I want to give a shout out to all of our sponsors before we start anything else.
Berg, shout out to sponsors.
Of course, Honeybee Extractions, Native Made 313, Ghostbuster Farms, Western Tobacco, Michigan Turf Farms, Michigan Ganja Queen, and of course, Label My Motherfucking Bud, y'all. Boom. So yeah.
The Belle Bridge
Turf Farm. We went out to his crib. So what?
Berg got fucked up out there.
Oh yeah.
Whoops.
Driving through fucking the woods and fucking all kind. Dog, I got war wounds, man. Getting hit by fucking, what was it? I don't know. It was like
thorn
thorns.
Trees. Fucking thorn bushes and shit, man.
Whatever, man. It was worth it. It was fun. I thought I was about to fucking flip out that bitch a couple times.
Man,
he was
shout
like,
out
you want to drive? I was like, not right here. So yeah, we went out there and grubbed. Had a good time.
Where was that, Berg? Is that Genesee County?
Yep. It's right on the border.
I know. Good people up here.
Yeah, for sure. So,
damn, we should have stopped by Rick's house.
You're always welcome. I got a big studio.
Damn.
Lots of cannabis.
Rick wants to show you his big studio if you stop by.
Ticka-bow, wow.
I'm definitely not going by Jamie's house, man. He's just going to show me his
What's everybody smoking on tonight?
You want to touch my dog's dick?
I'll let you see it. Touching it's a different negotiation.
Yeah.
It'll cost you extra if you want to touch it.
You got to tuck more than $1, my bad. Oh, yeah.
Good shit, man. So
bring a 50-pound bag of kibble, and I think you can do whatever you want, man.
For who, the dog or Jamie?
I'm not answering that question. Jamie be the better source.
Oh, shit.
So how was your weekend, guys?
Weekend's always good. You know, I've got some negative family news. I've got some family members with coronavirus we found out this weekend, so that's it's kind of a crusher. I'm looking forward to this coming weekend when I've got a 420 tubing adventure down the Asabo River planned with a couple of nights camping in a primitive camp spot where there's no electricity, no water, and lots of bugs. Perfect.
Oh, shit.
Perfect.
I was in Lansing this weekend conducting interviews to staff the new dispensary, new botanical company of Lansing, and picked up some triple chocolate from a place in town from a cultivator called ProGrow that was pretty good, which I'm finishing up right now.
I'm smoking a salad joint of sour diesel and sharp cheese, so I'm calling it sour cheese. So
Sour cheese.
I was in Lansing this weekend conducting interviews to staff the new.
Oh man, he's an audio.
That sound pretty good.
So nice you had to do it twice? What?
Man, so you know who's living their best life right now is my dude, Mike Fate. Like, I want to say it's been about a week that he's been back, but he just went on a whole West Coast jaunt. Am I lying, Mike?
Oh man, I had me a good time. I was on Cali and Las Vegas.
So what spots did you hit, man?
Let me think. We went to. I'm sorry. This hitting a little harder than I thought. Where did we stay?
In California? Like the Airbnb?
Yeah, we stayed in some place like some hill city. We spent most of our time in like
I really can't fucking remember.
Man, that's crazy.
Hollywood Hills.
I think we did go by there. We went to wine country out there. I'm trying to remember the name of the city because it was like 4 hours north of LAX.
Sonoma, California, out in that area. Sonoma, stuff like that. Yep.
Salinas. I think it's Salinas.
Yeah, the Salinas Valley. Yep.
Yeah, we went out there. That was really cool. I went to Long Beach. We found the short beach part of it first, which I was really amused by. I was like, this isn't a very long beach at all. This is a very tiny beach, and that's crazy it has this name. And I was good out there. I shot a music video. I'm hoping to get that released soon. And we stayed at like this amazing loft. Oh, I got a fucking horrible review from the loft. Or the little Airbnb we stayed at. They said that we were half naked, dancing outside, and we were smoking. I'm like, you guys were lying. We were not half naked dancing. It was cold outside. That's not true at all. I don't know why you said that.
Yeah, but man, own that. Put that on your next CD jacket, right? Dancing naked outside in California on top of a hotel. Yeah.
I was like, you guys were having a good time you didn't even know about.
The rock and roll story. Fuck yeah.
I just wish it was when I lived, you know?
Like all those other artists don't make shit up. Come on.
You got this, Mike. I seen you, man. I seen it in your story, bro.
Oh yeah, we got on a boat too, so that was lit. I got on a boat for the first time. You know, I wasn't sure how I was gonna handle that boat, but apparently I'm a boatman. So
yeah, you was pretty iconic, man. He was out there in the kimono, shirtless, letting that shit blow in the breeze, bro.
Photo cred. I shot that video. I put the sparkles on that. That was me.
Nah, he wanted those sparkles though.
Mike, you were wearing sparkles, man. We gotta get a clip. Play it.
Oh, man, it was iconic, bro.
Oh, see, unfortunately, it's not. You can't really see it right now because I got like 15,000 Instagram posts, and apparently I'm not supposed to do that. So I got to delete a whole lot of posts. Wow. I thought it was like a good timeline of me being an artist for like the past 7-8 years. So I feel like 15,000 pictures. It's a bit much, but it's not too bad. It's like 2,000 pictures a year.
But and Mike, you gotta get yourself a website and import all those pictures to the website so you can still relive that timeline, preserve all that data. Just because Instagram's being a dick doesn't mean you got to lose your history, bro.
Oh, see, the problem is in Instagram. See, I just have too many pictures up like that. It's for like social imaging, blah blah blah. You know, I'm more of just a musician. This is like the more of the business aspect. They're like, yeah, you need to clean that up. So I'm like, I guess 15,000 is a lot of pictures of anything, you know, even one guy.
I don't know, man. Just make a new page.
That's really what I want to do, because there's not a quick way for me to mass delete 15,000 pictures, nor do I want to spend that much time deleting 15,000 pictures. I don't feel like it's worth that much to me, you know. Right.
Only save the pictures where you're wearing sparkles. Everything else goes.
Oh yeah, no. When the page is done, it's gonna have an entire wild aesthetic of just bright colors and who knows. Nice. Who knows? I'm wearing a kimono right now with butterflies on it. I'm just living my life.
If it's comfortable, that's all that matters, right?
Yes. Plus, I got this Hash Bash shirt. I've collected like 3 Hash Bash shirts from like the past 3 years. So these are always nice to wear.
Good shit, man. So while we're still in California in the conversation, let me ask you, who had the fire and who had the boot?
Oh man, see, I've actually been waiting to talk about this because I had the craziest experience happen to me where I ran into some booth at the most unexpected of places.
Do tell.
I was at fucking Cookies in Melrose, and I had bought like this. I just had this little thought experiment, like, you know, this is Cookies in Melrose in California. They can't have any bad weed that wouldn't make any sense, you know, like it's Cookies. They can't do it. So I got me like maybe 5-6 strains from there, ranging from like $70-$80 an eighth to like, I think it was $25 or $45 for an eighth, something abnormally low for a Cookies thing. So I'm smelling it, I'm like, oh, this smells really good. This smells really, really good. Okay, I like this. And then I roll it up and I'm smoking it. And I'm like, what the fuck? What the fuck? Why does this taste? Oh my God. Yes, it was so horrible. It was so bad. I've never had to do this. I just put the wood out right there. Like, fuck this. I roll up again. This is not getting smoked. Not at all.
What was the name of the strain?
I think it was like fucking, oh my God, it had some weird ass sour hybrid 805. I was like, what the fuck? What is this?
It's like it passed testing, but it was caught some glitches during the growing process.
Yeah, and I'm not gonna talk shit about a specific brand, mostly because I got rid of the pack, because fuck all that. I'm not smoking that by mistake.
So you didn't. What about the rest of the weed though? That was just one.
Everything else was fine. What would I have? Some fucking alien labs. Oh my fucking! I had some Cryptochronic. That shit was as crazy as the name suggests. It was amazing. I have trophies, of course. Recently, I found out that I could bring back trophies from state to state, and that people just don't really care about weed as much as they used to. So that's really nice. So I brought me back a couple nice jars. We have you know how people have like liquor cabinets of empty bottles that I have like that, but weed jars, and that's fucking phenomenal. I've never seen that before, but it's coming together very nicely.
I think every true stoner has one of those.
Yeah. Oh, I have way too many jars.
I've been a couple of years of High Times Cannabis Cup judges where they had 40 or 50 samples in the categories. And there was a stretch there where they were trying to give everything in glass jars. And I just can't throw glass in the garbage. It's just not my thing. I just can't do it. It's hurting the Mother Earth. So I saved the shit.
It's so beautiful.
Way too many glass jars now.
They're so beautiful.
Yeah. Yep. I feel like somehow I'm going to repurpose them, or I'm going to gift them to someone. Make my problem somebody else's problem.
Call me. Just call me when you need to unload a bunch of random jars.
All right.
Man, shout out to Native Made too, because she gave me some Biscotti Sunday that's pretty fucking fire. She got it when she was out in LA. What'd she hook you up with, Roach?
Man, she hooked me up with this Curalato right here. Hold on. Let me try to get it in the camera.
Curalato. Oh, wow.
It's Small's Cannabis Company. And strangely enough, the weight on this is not an eighth. This is 5 grams.
Yeah, this is for...
It says 0.17 ounces. A 17th of an ounce.
That's crazy.
That's what I said, man. But it's fire. I smoked some with Berg and at my Turp Farms this weekend. It was unanimous, man. That was a spicy meatball. It was very tasty.
That's 0.17 of an ounce, so it's a little bit over 1/5 of an ounce, almost.
So, yeah.
Oh, sure. You know what? I had them too.
Yeah, that's what
I recognize that logo.
Native Made got for me. It's pretty fire, man.
I had some Skywalker OG from them out in Cali, and that was a nice ass indica.
The Cure Company?
Yeah.
The Cure Company?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're nice. I like them.
Yeah, I wonder, does Native Made, is she worried about us? Because she got me some Curalato. She got you something from the Cure Company.
I don't know.
She's like, them
I know it
boys
is.
is off.
She's trying to help our heads.
Either way, I mean, man, I'll tell you like this: when I rolled the first joint, you know, and I hit it, and you gotta like look at the weed sometimes and be like, damn, that's some good weed. I hit it, I looked at the weed, and I was like, damn, Native Made is a good friend.
Yeah.
That's lit.
Yeah, shout out to everybody in the chat. Mr. Manny D, Terry G, Prop One. All up
Prop
in
One
there.
always representing. What up, Prop One? And Telway Terry and Mr. Manny D.
Everybody out there, let us know what you're smoking on.
For sure. Man, so take us to Vegas, man. What was popping off in Vegas?
So that was actually a wild little trip because I was supposed to be coming back from California on like a Monday, but on the first day in California, we ended up getting T-boned. So that kind of fucked our first day up. You know, we were like, we gotta. You mind if I take you through a quick little run through of what led to everything, real quick?
Go ahead, man. Relive the road rage, bro. Let us know.
All right, so we had just fucking landed in California. We my manager Justin had picked us up. He had a blunt of some peanut butter breath already rolled. Oh, that's nice. We smoked that. We headed to the backyard, the Backpack Boys or the Backyard Boys. It's the Backyard Boys. And we went to their dispensary. I got a couple strains from them. I'm like, all right, cool. So my another business partner of mine, Malik from Firewall, had also flew in to do some do some work with us. Me and him had rented a Mercedes-Benz truck to go around in. So that was gonna be nice. We meet up at fucking Cookies and Melrose where I get the weird booth and a bunch of other great weeds. Hit up there, we heading out of there, and we're like, we want to hit one of these fruit carts. Let's hit a fruit cart. Fuck it, we're gonna hit a fruit cart. We hit a corner, going down the street. We see a fruit cart. Everybody's like looking around. Everybody's fully aware of our surroundings because everyone's searching for this fruit cart. There is no car. We have to get into the right lane because there's like a traffic cone. We get into the right lane. We're getting back into the left, and my man has his blinker on. We're turning to turn around, and out of nowhere, this car just speeds behind us and just hits us from the left side and just completely T-bones our Mercedes-Benz trucks within 30 minutes of me sitting in the seat. It was so sadness. So we have to spend a good fucking 2 hours dealing with the police. They're like, blah, blah. It's not your fault. We get this cool little victim card. Never seen this before. Nice little victim card. Now I'm a victim. Just play that literally now. That's weird.
You got the victim card.
I'm asking the cop, like, so where can I grab some food from? Fuck it. I don't, cops are, they genuinely know the town very well. And these ones didn't give me no problem. So I'm not going to just be weird with them. Like, let me know where I can get some food. They tell us we're trying to go there, but we can't close one of the doors. So we got to go switch out the car. So instead, we get inside this Jeep Trailhawk. We're all absolutely disgusted. No one's ever heard of a goddamn Jeep Trailhawk before. Very sad. We had just head to the Airbnb, which is beautiful for the night. Smoke, head to, call it a night. The next day, we go to, I shoot my music video for my song from my album, Touch Your Soul, which is really, really soft song. And I meet up with my friends again to go shopping. I actually had my music played at a boutique on the first day I'm out there, which is really cool. So I had to play it there. And then I went to another store and actually had my music played again. And I'm like, all right, I'm doing pretty good down here. I'm having nice conversations. People are getting to know me. They're liking my music. They're vibing with me. We have a business problem that I'm not going to get into right now because it's pretty deep and it's not fully resolved. So skip that. That makes our meetings a lot more difficult. So the next day we decide, we're going to just kind of do what we got to do to just make the day go by. Hit some restaurants, hit some stores. Cool. We'll take some pictures. Then we're like, you know what? we want to get a boat while we're out here. Fuck it. And we're like, well, we're supposed to go home the next day, but you know, maybe we can extend our stay. The entire time at the Airbnb, we didn't really stay there, but we started to notice like, okay, we thought the water wasn't getting hot fast enough. The water's just not getting hot. I try to make some fucking oatmeal. The gas is not working. I'm like, oh, okay, this trip is just like blowing my mind right now. I'm just trying to enjoy my fucking trip. So I tell the Airbnb dude, he's like, okay, you know, my bad, we can get that fixed. And I'm like, well, I wanted to extend my Airbnb for like 2 more days, but you know, I'm not about to pay more if nothing's working. He's like, all right, so here's what I can do for you. Sends me over a thing that basically gives me $58 to stay there for a little bit longer. All right, fuck it. That's pretty cool. You know, extend my air travel 2 more days, get stuck with a 8-hour layover in Las Vegas. And I'm like, that sounds amazing. I can do a lot in 8 hours. We end up actually getting on the boat, the yacht thing. The dude's like, you guys can't smoke. You can't smoke on this boat. We're like, I didn't know that. I didn't know that at all. We brought a lot of weed. We were going to smoke on this boat. So while we're heading out into the water, my dude's like, we'll give you $500 right now if you let us smoke on this boat. He's like, I can't fucking say no to that. So he takes us outside of America, and we're in this boat in a little bit of turbulent waters, smoking. My friends started to get seasick, immediately regretting the decision to go this far out. I'm over here fucking rolling over the top of the boat, taking pictures, enjoying myself with this kimono. I'm just like, I'm just a little cold, but I saw some seals today. It's not so bad. I get to smoke on the boat. So we head back, and pretty much we head to Las Vegas. We're out there, and first thing I do is lose my goddamn ID. Right when I get to the front of the reef, the dispensary, which I the only place that I really planned to go when I was out there. So I was just outdone. I'm looking for my ID for like a good 30 minutes. My backpack, making calls, calling the airport. I'm like, fuck, I'm not even sure how I'm gonna get home at this point. And I walk out the reef. I'm walking down the street towards this other place, trying to find some food. Hungry, taking some heavy L's right now. And I see the Lyft driver that I had take us to the reef. He's turning around and he's waving my ID out the window, and I'm like, oh my god, oh my god, thank you, I can go home. So we go inside the reef. I actually only went inside the reef because I wanted some Khalifa Kush. There's no Khalifa Kush there at all. Just so sad. But they had like 8 different strands that I did want to try out. So I grabbed those. We headed to the fashion mall, made some friends. I met like 4 rappers. My girlfriend got her feet nibbled on by some fish. I guess they just do that inside of the mall now. That's just cool.
I was gonna say, you rappers nibble on your girl's feet. What the fuck?
Oh yeah. No, she was like, I'm gonna try this. We were like, I was like, fuck it. You know, we're in Las Vegas. I don't know where else this can just happen for like $40. Fuck it, we're gonna try this out.
$40? Whoa, that's a good deal.
For like 15 to 30 minutes. Oh my god, crazy. Oh, crazy. Oh, good news. Oh my god, good news. That's great. So then actually we're trying to get some food before we head out. I want to smoke because I didn't smoke any of the Las Vegas weed yet. I'm like, well, fuck this, I'm gonna smoke out here. So I'm sitting at this fucking sushi bar outside, and I'm just watching people go by. And every time I see someone who looks like they're smoking, I'm like, hey, you got a wood? Because I didn't have any wood, so I didn't have time to go look for wood. And I'm like, fuck all that. So I'm just keep yelling. I yell at like 5 different people. Then I find 3 people who come up. One is just luckily another rapper, and a girl who's a makeup artist. I'm like, look at just things just falling into place as always. And they give me their last wood, and they were amazing people. And I met a guy named Lucifer who I beat in a dance battle. Just a white, it's just this random ass weird fucking guy.
In a dance battle?
Okay.
He challenged me to a dance battle while I was sitting down waiting on my food. And I was like, I'm not just gonna fuck. I'm not gonna not battle you. Fuck that. I can.
Like, how was the issue how was the challenge issue?
So, so the way this restaurant is set up, the bar is like facing towards the outside of the mall. People can walk in front of it. We're sitting there, and I'm just sitting there with my girl, just drinking, and This guy just walks out of nowhere, walks in front of us, just starts dancing in front of me. He's looking me in the eyes, dancing at me. And I'm like, the fuck is this?
Oh, yeah. So
You're
he just
challenging
caught
me
the
like this,
vibe
son?
and was like, I'm about to challenge this man in front of his
Wrong
girl,
one day.
in front of his girl and the crew, and just take all his sauce. Your sauce got
oh my God, do you know who
you
you're
will
fucking
not
with?
return with
I
your
used to be
sauce.
a part of a dance group. No one even knows that. I was prepared at
Oh
all times for a
shit!
dance
So you
battle.
were prepared. You were prepared.
Always.
Okay, hold up. What was the
So
move?
you had a dance
that
battle?
sealed the deal. What was the move that defeated him?
I'm so glad that you asked because young, as a young Mike Faith, I learned a lesson that if you're in a crump battle, if somebody jumps and lands and they're crumping, as soon as their feet touch the ground, if it's at the same time, you've lost. What? I did that. Just jumped as high as I could and just landed with the shockwave that just let everyone know this battle's over. No more dancing.
Oh shit! So it was like right from the get, the first move.
Oh no, I was fucking with him. I was doing some of these hand moves, but I had a fucking broken hand. I had a cast on. I'm fucking dance battling this guy.
It's crazy, man.
Oh man.
Well, dance battle title still intact.
Oh yes. I have friends who can beat me, of course, but I'm not about to just lose to some random guy who's gonna call himself Lucifer. He tried to give me his number, and at first I was taking it down. I'm like, I don't know how crazy you are. Then he said his name was Lucifer. I just deleted the number. Fuck all that. Can't call you. You're crazy.
Our boy C Murder.
Speak of the devil.
Our boy C Murder.
Might have been Forever J out there in Vegas, man.
Oh man, yeah, I heard the shit going on in Vegas with him.
Yeah, just be glad you didn't lose, bro. Shout out C Murder. What up, homie?
What's up, guys?
Shit.
What I
man.
miss? Who do we got on tonight?
Bro?
You're sideways, bro.
I see. Oh, I'm sideways. Shit.
It's
That
depressing.
fucking help or no?
Man, you got to change your shirt, C Murder.
What?
This is my broadcasting shirt. Be like this. I look really good at it.
Sure.
My shirt. This is Unity. It's a Suicide Machine shirt. It's a band that I like. They're from Detroit.
They're pretty cool.
Yeah. They're a punk rock band.
Good shit. Are they?
And I think that like this shirt that I bought, it went towards like Black Lives Matter. They got like a Detroit local artist to like print them too and stuff. So
are they better than the Beastie Boys?
Yes.
What?
I gotta hear this.
I think so.
All right. Bye, C Murder. Bye.
He said
right,
that without any
nice-
thought whatsoever.
nice
There was no
talking to you,
contemplation
C-Murder.
whatsoever. He just yes right away.
Well, I saw them like so many more times. I feel like, to me at least.
You ever seen Beastie
I've never
Boys
seen.
live? Ever?
I've never seen.
I
Never.
did.
Never.
Right up to that, man.
I love that show.
Man, that's like my favorite all-time fucking show is the Beastie Boys. It was awesome. CLBD.
RIP, who was at MCA pass?
Yeah, that's
Yeah. Cancer. I know.
You should turn your phone whatever you're using one more time.
You got to shake it and then put it back the way you want it.
I like Roach when he was upside down though. That was kind of fun. I mean,
I know. How did he do that?
Is it better now or no?
I can do that again, I think. Hold on. Boom.
Oh, you're sideways like that. Now you're kind
Yeah,
of
you got your phone blocked for horizontal shit.
On my screen, we're opposites, Roach. This is, we're
way too relaxed.
You ain't even wearing no shoes during the show. What
Not
the
today,
fuck?
man. Fuck that.
There. See, Roach is upside down again. Huh?
I don't know what I did now. Oh shit.
He's Spider-Man. He's smoking on the ceiling.
Mhm.
He's Vampire Roach. He's hanging from the ceiling. He's just waiting for
I'm not
midnight to
sure.
come
Let's
out.
see.
You're at the
Spider
right angle now.
Roach,
You're just staring
Spider
at the vertical
Roach.
screen.
Spider Roach. That's fun.
Rolls a blunt. Sparks it up.
I don't know how to do it.
So yeah, what were you talking about, Fate? So the last thing you were saying in Vegas, you got. So you ended up going to the Reef, right?
Oh yeah, that was really, really cool. That was actually a really nice dispensary.
Yeah, I went there when I was in Vegas. I was really impressed.
They had good ass weed. I tried to go to another one, but they had me waiting in this line for like an hour and a half, and I was like, I'm not waiting. I'm not spending that much time on anything ever. I can't even do that.
So between Vegas and California, what was the top strain? Still that alien shit? Or did Vegas, did you find something at the Reef?
Oh, I gotta first, I guess I gotta put it down to my top 3 strains from the trip, because I gotta put at the Backpack Boys. I got some sherbet cake from them. That was like one of the best tasting weeds I've ever had in my life, hands down. It was crazy, just sweet, sugary, like actually cake tasting. But also, yes, that alien, that Cryptochronic lived up to the name, Cryptochronic, definitely. But then from Las Vegas, we had some strawberry shortcake. And I had that mixed in a wood with some s'mores that I also got from Las Vegas. And that combination was the only thing that
My favorite strain from the whole trip overall was that sativa we actually smoked.
Oh, the best sativa I've ever smoked. Oh my fuck. It was like high frequency, their brand. Oh my God. I don't even smoke sativas because they make me like really anxious. But I had to like go to a meeting and I had to be like, all right, I can't be on an indica for this one. So we smoked some high frequency brand sativa. I don't even know what else it was. It was very tiny at the bottom of the box, but it said high frequency everywhere. It was beautiful. It was amazing. It was just that may have been the best strain. So yeah, Cali beat out everything with that one. That was some shit.
I had like literally spiritual experiences.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, man. I mean, I'm critical of weed from California that I see here in Detroit because, it just seems like people are just trying to get over with some of that shit. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, they are. They are, because the cookies that I smoked out there is not the cookies that we have here whatsoever.
Yeah, like the times that I've had some good weed from out of state, it's because like somebody whose like opinion on weed I would trust no matter what went somewhere, and the shit that gets imported and the shit you see on the street that's in the shiny packages, man, that shit ain't what's up.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm gonna have to bring y'all some of this to try out, some of this gooey roots, because I think y'all are really gonna like this.
All right.
Because I think I heard about them maybe 2 weeks to a month ago from Oregon, and I just like started working with my friend who was working with them, and they have strands with like 30, 32, 33% THC. And I was like, well, fuck. All right, that sounds like some rapper weed, and it is rapper weed.
Oh man, Colin, don't be giving us the Rona over the fucking show, bro. Like, you should be, man. Put a mask on, dog.
I don't got one around. Sorry, man. You should be all right.
Yeah, you're gonna be all right, man.
You got enough CBD? Should be fine.
He's like, I got that CBD.
If you don't, you can buy it off me. It's like It's like a little expensive, like 60 a gram, but I got you, bro. I got you.
My God, that's good CBD.
Hey, so Mike, that spot ain't it from California though, is it? It's from where?
This one's from fucking Oregon, and I honestly I love
Oregon.
them because I'm so surprised.
So you
Like-
spent some time in Oregon too?
I'm gonna have to go. I'm
You
honestly
just-
going
you
to go
just-
check it out.
Hey, man, it's dope.
So you was in Oregon, or you just linked up with people from Oregon?
I just linked up with some people from Oregon, but now I'm planning to go out to Oregon. I actually have to go back to California next month, and then I have to go to Las Vegas again in September. Oh wait, it's August now, so I got to go to California this month. Shit, and I gotta go. I gotta go to Las Vegas.
Oh darn. Oh darn.
I know, right? Ah, shut.
Ah man, shoot, gotta go to Las Vegas next month too.
You know, I don't get in a lot of car accidents. I'm not gonna lie. That first one, oh my fuck.
Get a driver, man. Take Uber everywhere.
You know, I tried that, and you know, it's just terrifying in California to be on the road. It's terrifying. They can't drive out there. And I don't mean that rudely. I just mean that logically. That's some scary shit. I fucking saw a wheel fall off of a car on a freeway the same night. Come on.
Yeah, man, you living a rapper life, bro.
They're trying to take you out before you get famous.
Well, shout out Mercedes Benz, because apparently it's gonna be a little harder than that.
What kind of car hit you? Was he driving a sports car? Was it just a shit piece of car or what?
I wanted to ask that question too.
Do you know what kind of car hit us? It was a fucking Prius. It was a fucking Prius, y'all. It was a Honda goddamn Prius. Fuck. And you know how many goddamn Priuses I saw after that? And I was just like, I don't know if they're just more down here than ever, or if I'm just now acutely aware of people who can't drive in a fucking Prius.
Did you tell them how it's a roller coaster down there?
Yeah, it's like the fucking freeways, literally like.
They don't make sense.
Oh my God, they don't believe in the grid
on-rail,
system down
like,
there.
the
It's
on- and
crazy.
off-rail,
It's like really
it's
Grand Theft Auto for real. I don't understand.
To like the freeway, it's the same. Yeah. That's
I ain't gonna lie. I love. I think I've been to a lot of states, and low key, Michigan might still be my favorite. I can stay alive here and make money. I don't feel like that's apparently hard to do in other places.
But that's like pretty important two things, staying alive, making some bread.
And you can smoke weed, like no problem. Find it anywhere. Like
That was the last fucking thing for me. Like once they had that, I was like, well, why do I really need to move? Really, like.
Yeah, it's expensive as fuck out in Cali too to live. I don't know how it is in Vegas. At least on the outskirts. I'm sure it's expensive in Vegas.
You know, it wasn't actually as bad in Vegas as I thought it would be. Now,
well, during the week, it's cheap as hell in Vegas. Like, Monday through Thursday.
I mean, I went there on I think it was a random fucking day. But I went to like the Louis Vuitton fashion mall. So, I automatically expected.
They got a mall?
I didn't even fucking know this. I had no idea, but apparently it's fucking humongous. And everything's not crazy. That's where she got her fish feet thing going.
I go in there and straight to the clearance rack. And I wouldn't even buy. I buy all kinds of shit. Not even.
It's right around the corner from the Reef. Like literally, I walked there. Fuck it, I just walked there.
Flip that shit. So, what other malls did you go to, man?
That was it. Actually, it was a big mall. It was humongous
Yeah.
as fuck. Yeah, it was fucking long. It was like the best way I can describe it. Like almost like twice the size of Somerset. That's crazy. Like including the bridge across at another mall. It it was that too, and still big
Was
as
it?
fuck.
So it was bigger than Fairlane.
Oh, easily. It was. Oh
I
fuck!
think Fairlane was pretty big.
It had a lot going on. It had like 3 floors, just like alternating fucking staircase. It was crazy. Got some really nice things out there though, so that was nice.
I mean, I've been to Vegas, and, like Cali, but I've barely been to any malls outside of Michigan. Anybody in here been to that fucking, what is it, the Great American Mall?
Mall of America in Minnesota.
Yeah, anybody been there?
No, before that one was built, the biggest one in North America was in Edmonton, Alberta, and I went to that one years ago.
Oh yeah. How big was it?
It was huge. It was like a roller coaster inside of it and shit. And just
Yeah.
went on
that's
forever, huh?
That's how that one is. They got
Yeah.
like an amusement park on the inside.
Yeah.
I want to go to that one. I just can't find a
I never
good
went.
enough reason to go to Minnesota.
For sure. But yeah, man, malls are dying now.
Our good
too.
friend Debs went last year and did a tour of Prince's place and
Yep.
hung out in St. Paul, Minneapolis, and did a lot of learned a lot about Prince and went to a lot of the places where they filmed the movies and shit like that. It was pretty cool.
The whole wall of artwork along one street you talked about. Yeah, it seemed like one of those pilgrimages that really fulfilled one of her dreams because she's really a huge fan.
Oh, that's good. I didn't know that.
One reason to go there.
Yep, I was just like, yeah, I might actually use that as a reason. Like, oh, that's actually worth the trip now. I'm gonna have to go check that out.
Yeah, that
Better
was
reason than Minnesota Vikings football, that's for sure.
Yeah, true enough. Yeah, that was a tragic loss. He went way too young.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know,
So-
man. You're gonna have to keep us updated with your future trips here, Faye, especially if you're gonna be smoking and dancing naked on top of houses, dance battling, and all this
Fully
other
naked.
shit, man.
The half naked, not a good enough story. Fully naked, Mike.
Because we're just naked with joints hanging out of your mouth. Just
And
jumping up
women.
and down, yeah.
And with women too, because otherwise it's
I
really
don't-
weird if you're by yourself. It's an R. Kelly kind of a thing, but otherwise it's
You guys make jokes about this and everything except for the R. Kelly part.
You need all this shit.
Pretty
on
much on
video,
point for who I
man.
am at this point.
You need a fucking camera crew with you, man.
the real world with Mike Fate.
Yeah, for sure.
I kind of have one. Well, I don't know if I've told y'all enough about the Mary documentary that I've been working with for like the past couple months. My manager made it. It's a marijuana documentary, and that's kind of half the reason why I went down to California. I did work with them and cut half my music video working with them, so that was really nice. I don't want to talk about them because I don't feel like honestly I can do justice to them because you're gonna want to talk to them because they're fucking lit, and it's that's the reason why I travel with them. They're the reason I'm going back out to California is to go do some more business.
Well, that's what's up, man. So what's going on this coming weekend? You got the event. What's it called?
Zazapalooza. Oh man, the first Exotics Expo is gonna be in Chicago on Sunday. I am both excited and very nervous because I haven't performed since literally 3 days before the pandemic, which is like, man, crazy timing.
Yeah, you've been out of the ring, man.
Yeah, but I'm gonna have to. I don't usually practice, but I guess it's been a couple months, so it wouldn't hurt to put a little bit of work in.
Yeah, man. It's been 6 months we've been in quarantine here in Michigan, if I'm not mistaken.
Close
6
to
months
it.
plus.
Oh my god, that's man, fuck. I mean, man, really? Wow. It didn't click until just now. That's a long time to be in quarantine.
Well, I mean, we started, let's see, March essentially, right? And now
Yeah,
it's just now became August, so we're looking at 4 or 5 months. Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah. I had dropped Bloom March 1st. That's crazy.
Well, there you go, man. It's time to get back. But you gonna rap with a mask on?
Fuck no. Fuck no. Absolutely not. I'm just not gonna walk out in the crowd. I'm more of a singer anyway, so I don't really allow people to like take up space on the stage. I've actually said it in songs. Like that's pretty dangerous to be on the stage when I'm trying to do my thing. Because
You're gonna be projecting droplets of moisture.
Oh man.
Just don't beatbox, bro.
oh,
That's
well, you know,
like-
I can't beatbox because we're lucky, you know. You don't have to worry about anything like that. I'm just gonna just be singing like this.
Get one of those little temp guns, bro, and red beam people. Take their temperature from a distance. Like
Rapping like this.
you gotta line the crowd up according to temperature, like in rows.
So say everybody come close. All right, now everybody get 6 feet away from the stage. I need everybody to stand 6 feet away from each other. Now we can do this. We can really rock out. Nobody move too much.
Man, that would be crazy.
Normally we want all the hot chicks in front, but in this case we want all the hot people in the back. So, you know, if you got a temp
So
hanging out in the
here's
wing.
the thing that you might not be taking into consideration is that you're on an elevated plane. So now that 6 feet isn't enough. You're projecting probably a good 16, 17 feet from your height.
That's what's going on. I'm lost, man. The fuck you talking about?
Shower the people.
Oh my God. God. See, murder's so upsetting. His phone.
Where's C Murder, bro?
He's on maximum recline. Looks like he might be mushroomed up a little bit. Just guessing. Just guessing. Not judging.
He's so upset he almost sat up.
Waiting for a blink. Still no blink. Waiting for a blink. Still no. Just kidding.
Oh man, my face, dude. Where'd he go? Hopefully
Yeah, nah, man.
Having a hard time keeping my eyes open today.
Damn, did we lose Mike Fate?
Yeah, we did.
He's the only one of us broadcasting from the room with a woman in it. So if he disappears for a while, let's just assume the best, right?
Hopefully. Hopefully she's like, not like, why are you giving them all your attention? Like, we're doing a show right now. It's cool. It's surely not like that right now.
No, I'm
Right,
sure he'll try to
Coach?
jump back in. What?
What? What's going on?
I said I'm sure he'll jump back in. What did you say?
Nothing, man. It's cool. So what was that story you sent to me?
Oh man. Dispensaries in Nevada were accused of selling cannabis that they knew were tainted after it had already been deemed tainted by the state.
So they should have been destroyed.
They blew off a recall, or they just didn't respond to it fast enough and still sold some.
No, they just
penalized.
No, they were continuing to sell it despite the recall. They kept it on the shelf.
It's all on that system. There's no way you can get around like hiding it or anything like that. That's
Well,
strange.
it was like 300. Hold on, let me pull it up real quick.
Yeah, those companies.
375 grams of cherry OG F3 failed laboratory testing for yeast, mold, and other contaminants and had to be destroyed or returned back in March. And
They neglected to do that. They neglected to take it
no,
off the shelf.
they were still selling it in May.
Yep.
You know, and that's just from the investigation. And I guess after the
Well,
raid, when they
whether by
raided it-
mistake or whether on purpose, it was a fuck up.
Well, if that's the same story I read, this is not the first time these guys have been caught doing nefarious shit. Is that correct, Roach?
Mhm.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like even how you're saying, like, you know, there's a system, there's no way you can get around it. Obviously, they're getting around it. They don't seem to really give a fuck about the law. Whoa, criminals breaking the law.
I mean, you know, a couple $100,000 fine doesn't really seem like that big of a dent to a company that's racking in the kind of money they're racking in.
Was it worth it to buy the amount that we're describing? I didn't really catch.
Did you say it was only like 200 something?
300 grams, 380 grams.
Yeah,
It's not worth jeopardizing a license over. That's what makes me think that it was, you know, maybe a mistake or something. But because you can't hide with the way that it's recorded, the inventory is recorded on this system. There's no way you could like shuffle it around or, you know, disguise the fact that you sold something that was recalled.
That's one of the things that worries me about the Marijuana Regulatory Agency is that they just don't seem to have a whole lot of resources devoted to monitoring the new dispensary industries and making sure that they're treating patients or treating employees correctly, making sure that they're, you know, I just want to make sure that we've got enough resources that when people complain about a bad actor, they've got the ability to go out and take a real investigation and look at it tightly.
Well, this is a new industry, and there's opportunity to really set the pace properly and have that correct balance. And there might not be enough resources to do that, and they also get a lot of pressure from people to enforce things in ways we might not necessarily agree with.
True.
So.
Yeah,
Roach, was it just one company?
Had to pay some kind of fine and just be done with it, or
that could be the case, or they jeopardizes the license if those things add up.
I mean, there's a first time, second time, third time. You know, you get to the fourth time that there's a problem, like Jamie's saying, jeopardizing the license. Because it seems like they've escalated the penalty this time from where they were at before, Roach, right?
I'm not sure. Let me see. I'm going to continue to read, but I don't think I see anything too much about their past. It's just that it's not the first time, and it just continues to be a problem.
Well, I guess we'll monitor that one and see if there's some real repercussion, you know, for it. Although you don't, but you see if you get fined a shit ton of money, it wasn't worth continuing to sell the recalled product. So I mean, just from a logical perspective here, why did they do that? That's what makes me think it was a mistake, but I have no idea what's going on. Well, why did they do that repeatedly? You know,
from a business perspective, it doesn't do you a good favor either when the community learns that you're selling tainted cannabis. That especially when there's a competitive marketplace and people are going to go to somewhere else. But like Roach's point, though, if you've been doing this for like 30 different strains and you got caught doing it once, you probably made a bunch of money selling those 30 different strains. So I'm just not sure how functionally that would be possible. I'm also not sure how tightly Nevada tracks their cannabis, whether it's as tightly as we do or not.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, no, and I think it just speaks to what's going on as far as the public continuing to buy it and being completely unaware that there's a tainted strain out on the market, and it's probably their favorite up at their local dispensary.
Yeah, and you're saying, you know, that many people, even though this information is public and readily available, just don't pay any attention to it whatsoever. It's time to go get some more pot. Oh.
Yep. Well, the truth is, a lot of the cannabis that fails testing probably would not fail our tests. If we were to pick up a bag of it, it probably would end up being purchased by us if it didn't come with a testing history. There's some stuff that, I mean, we can all smell mold, we can all smell bad cannabis, but our testing in Michigan is extremely strict.
It is. What Roach described that could be really good. That Cherry OG could be really good cannabis, and the standards of the testing is the issue more than the fact that they detected yeast and a little bit of mold on it. You can
But, like,
always find
you know what I
some.
mean?
Depends on
But
how much there is, really.
they still have to
it
be
doesn't mean
responsible for
that
the rules, though. Yeah. Yeah.
What you
I
say?
can, what's that, Berg?
I thought Roach said something.
no, I said there was no reports of illness or anything associated with that strain.
There never is. You know how much weird shit we've all smoked over the years. You know,
I'm sure.
there's no
And I know we've evolved.
not that that's
past,
good, but
blah,
I'm
blah,
I'm
blah,
just saying that hasn't. We don't really know of it at large hurting somebody if there's a little bit too much mold or something in it. We've all smoked tons of that shit.
One time I remember when I was 19, I like found this bag of weed like at the park, and it was like so old and gross. And me and my friend, we smoked it,
Oh yeah,
and like we had a good time. And
Okay.
there are mushrooms
And, like,
growing off
I
the pot.
see,
It was
like,
like
a lot-
it was a twofer.
Free weed always gets you higher.
I can't say I've ever done that. I know there's times where I buried weed to hide it and come back for it, but
Yeah, no, man, but and
Find it
I
10
get
years
what you're
later,
saying.
yeah.
I get what you're saying, Jamie. Like, yeah, you know, what have we smoked in the past and all of that. And I'll just say, like, the difference is though,
Diesel
if
fuel.
you're going to a dispensary, because like all the shit that we smoke weird, we probably got from some weird person.
That's true.
You know? And that's not going into a state licensed dispensary. That's not having faith in my government.
No, I get totally.
Yeah.
Should be clean. You should be able to
You know what I'm
rely on it.
saying?
Yep.
Sort of a
That's
betrayal.
That's not you with some type of immune deficiency.
I agree,
Get
but
medicine.
I'm still saying that the standards are so tough that like even I know in Michigan it's been the case at least at some points. The cannabis was just fine.
And I mean, I want to agree with harsh regulation in Michigan because like that's kind of our standard with a lot of stuff. You know, so it's kind of, you know, like if you have state certification in Michigan, it carries over into other states. You don't have to take additional classes or anything because our standard is so high, it just, you know, automatically garners you certification in whatever state you travel to.
Well,
So
this is just
I
getting
kind of
started,
get
and a lot of
that,
people.
and I agree with that because like the rule, you know, is not for me or you, Jamie. It's for like somebody who's critically ill, who can't afford to take in any kind of toxin or any type of chemical or mold or any kind of shit foreign into their body and tax their immune system even more than what's happening with the disease that they're dealing with.
Sure.
So yeah, fuck that shit. Balls to the wall. I want like the highest fucking standard to be out there because that's what I'm voting for. I'm not voting for me to go smoke a joint or smoke a wood. I've
But
done
you
that
don't
wherever
like
the fuck
go
I
to the
wanted, anywhere the fuck
dispensary
I
and
wanted.
like buy that weed though. You don't smoke weed that gets tested ever.
Well,
like
I'm sorry. That's what I'm
you know-
saying. I didn't vote for any marijuana regulation for myself. I voted for that 1% of sick people to have access to cannabis the way that I do.
Right.
And they might have the ability to get medicine and the shit that they actually need.
So there's
It to be medicine for them.
right. There's a
That's
couple
what
things.
I vote for.
So
I
there's a
can get
couple
weed
things.
whenever. I don't give a fuck. I smoke it in the backwood, bro.
So
that shit's not healthy.
Those standards are there because collectively that they became what made everybody feel comfortable to move forward with the program to get started. And over time, we'll be able to make better determinations as to which components and where the levels need to be and all that kind of stuff to make sure that all those concerns are really covered. But the good news is that we don't get reports of people having adverse effects from cannabis that had those kind of low amounts of detectable stuff in it. So even though I guess it might be possible and it's not ideal, it doesn't really go on. So for right now, we're kind of fortunate.
The MRA has changed the standards for testing a couple times to make it a little bit easier to pass. They reduced the absolutely no heavy metals to a reasonable heavy metal limit. They've increased batch size so that you don't have to test like 20 times for a single harvest. You know, there's several other standards they've changed too, in order to more right size it, similar to other state programs. I was around messing with the legislature, fighting the legislature in 2014 and in 2015 when really the language for the testing program was introduced by Kesto in committee. And it was really written by the testing industry. They wanted to include tests for aspergillus, which has never been proven to be in cannabis plants. It's more of a hops thing. They really fear-mongered an awful lot of things into this bill. It was really not well constructed or well construed and not well received. So
Yeah, I mean, it it is a thin line, man, but that's who this should be for, man. Like, not for people with an entrepreneurial spirit that want to break into this new market. It's for the sickest of the sick. Like, this is democracy at its best, where the majority voted for something for the minority.
But it's not
And
medical
it's being
marijuana, though.
like, you know, everybody wants to hop in off some, this is for the patients, but cashing the fuck out really seems to be the thing. And even if you're not about that, it kind of forces you into that just to be on the field.
but if
That's what I think is fucked up.
cannabis in Maine that they sell to people every single day wouldn't pass Michigan standards, Maine's not poisoning their people. And if Oregon cannabis that's sold every single day wouldn't pass Michigan standards, Oregon's not poisoning their people. It's just our standards are just out of alignment with the national
And
commonalities.
many things have been tried, and they've decided that they don't need to test for things that have been tried in other states, but
Right.
some things should be kept. And I mean, it's gonna matter of time before it becomes like that right balance of these are the things that are really important to cover the ground that you're concerned about, and all the other important things.
And I guess the important thing, the gauge for me is when it starts hurting people, that's when we know we're not testing enough, right? As long as we're testing and nobody's hurting, then we're doing a pretty good job, right? If we drag back testing and then all of a sudden people start to get illnesses, then we've known that we've dragged it back too far. That should be our gauge.
We'll just keep pulling it back until a bunch of people get sick.
Yeah, that's what I want. Scarlet fever, like,
I'm
Right.
glad I'm not the only one.
I don't know.
I'm the first.
I was like, holy shit.
Okay, now we know for sure. Thank you, guys.
Right.
Yeah, man. No bueno. I don't know. I don't like that, man. You can't just use people as a gauge.
Well, historically, it's
They do
happened,
all
and
the
it's been
time.
tragic and really horrible. I agree. It's evil.
But no, like, this is what I wanted to say though. Like, what needs to happen kind of has already happened, because growers, whether they're pursuing a license or whatever, or processors, cultivators, when they do cater to that certain market, like if they have like ethics, they're aware of what their technique produces.
I agree.
The barrier is getting the people who are sick in touch with the people who really give a fuck.
Right.
And that happens. That's the community, Shout out to Medical Mondays, shit like this. For as fucked up as they are, like High Times, the fucking what was the Secret Sesh? All of those things, regardless of what the outcome was, financially, for the people who were just coming in and being vultures, like, people met each other, people became aware of each other, and people help each other all the fucking time, and there's no law for it. It's not, like I said, you can't regulate and like legislate cannabis. I mean, obviously you can regulate it, but you really can't. Like, it's happened. It happens already. People just got to know. So go ahead. Like, it doesn't even matter anymore what the government comes up with.
Hey, speaking of the government, just want to throw it out there. We didn't get very far last week with the discussion of the off-world vehicle and material discussion that may be in the Pentagon's possession that you brought
The
up.
alien stuff, yes.
There's some cool shit there, but it only went. That discussion only took a sideways turn a little bit, but there's some cool shit there.
What did they find? Bring us up to date.
Well, it's okay. So it's not like there's anything confirmed, but you brought it up. There are reports.
Mhm.
We'll get back,
And-
Mike.
And
Mentioned that Mike.
there was
Faith.
a Senator Reed, who's I believe retired now, or who was involved in that stuff, who recently stated that he believes the Pentagon has off-world vehicle material in their possession. There's going to be and this is on the heels of the 3 months or so ago when the video was released of the
Air Force pilot.
yeah, the Navy pilots actually that locked in on these weird UFO things or whatever. They were doing things that don't seem to be consistent with our understanding of physics. Like it dropped from 60,000 feet to sea level in 1 second. Stuff like that. There's like 3 different video clips that you can see, and there's supposed to be a briefing in a committee coming up soon where some of this stuff is going to be disclosed.
Yeah, because initially they had said that the problem was that their sensors were reading bad and the cameras were zooming in and out. And I forget the name of that effect, but when you're like at moving towards a target and zooming in on it simultaneously, it like increases the speed, some shit. And it was like a malfunction with the equipment. But the people there were flipping the fuck out. The Navy dudes were wigged. So I don't know. I always felt kind of strange about that.
There's some weird shit there. There's no hard evidence. There's nothing to make any conclusions by, but there's some real shit that's more than just, kind of like circumstantial or whatever. That has to be, there's got to be a little bit more known about it. That would be really interesting.
No lie, I had a weird run-in into some I hate to say it, some weird alien shit, but it was definitely a little bit of weird alien shit that I ran into when I was in Colorado. It's a very strange place out there.
So different than the alien stuff that you liked when you were in California.
Oh yeah, no, these aliens. Oh,
you
man.
didn't smoke those guys.
You know what's crazy? That story had to do with a lot of fog that was super dense. So that's a weird parallel there. Oh yeah.
I don't know, man. I've yet to hear like a UFO hood story.
Yeah, me either.
Too many people watching in the hood. Aliens only come down where there's like nobody around.
No, that's not true, man. Because like the fucking shit will be in Mexico City, bro. Like
Oh,
3
you know what?
boy,
That's true.
6 boy, or fucking
Yeah.
strobing in a line, bro. They don't give a fuck.
That's true. I've seen that. Yeah,
But not in the hood.
What if they like everybody from the hood? They took them and they anal probed them, so they were like, yeah, they won't go back and talk about that shit. That shit, they'll never admit to it.
Can't say I'd admit to that, even if it happened. But they took me. I saw the ship. That's all that happened, though.
I mean, well, okay, hold on. I did see one UFO hood video, but it was lanterns. It was Chinese lanterns. It wasn't UFO.
Oh yeah. I know what you're talking about.
And
them and then they fucking fly away and shit. Yeah.
I remember one time I thought I saw UFOs, but really it was like some seagulls in a spotlight. And I was fucking high as hell. But like I was taking it serious, man. I was all stalking around. I was high. But then, like after I saw what I saw and saw what it really was, I don't know, it made me even more cynical.
Yeah, well, fuck. I kind of wanted to be an alien.
Yeah. Because I ran up on that shit, I wasn't like running. I had to see for myself because I was like, I'm never, I'm going to say I just saw that shit and ran. That's weak as fuck. I ran up on it. It was some fucking seagull.
You were trying to scare the aliens away. You were all like, get
Yeah,
off my
seagulls
lawn,
are
aliens. Oh, it's seagulls. Fuck it.
Those beings just happen to look exactly like seagulls.
Oh my god.
Oh, that's it. They tricked your mind.
I'm scared of that one.
Yeah, they
It was a close encounter, Roach. It was.
No,
They transformed into seagulls.
the Men in Black came and fucking used that shit like they did.
Flashy
Fancy
tool.
shit, Roach.
Man. Sure, it was only seagulls, right? Yeah.
Yeah, that's what they want you to think. Yes.
We believe you, Roach. We believe you.
You need to get some physical examination of your anal area to see if there's probe marks. They may have taken you.
They're like, Flash, you just saw some seagulls. Don't worry about it.
Yeah. Maybe take some aspirin too.
See, I told you, Roach. That's why they never bring it up. That's why they never bring it up.
I saw seagulls, man. Fuck you guys.
Look, have any of y'all heard of Crestone, Colorado?
It's so great.
Look, one time I was with a friend of mine. Hold on, I don't mean to cut you off, but I was with a friend of mine.
There's another time.
Bro, you know about this shit. And
it was Frisbee, not seagulls.
There was a flock of seagulls.
He saw a fucking ghost. He thought he saw a ghost. There was no way he didn't see a fucking ghost. And we went right back where he said he saw the ghost and saw the ghost again. And he was all freaked out. And I was like, come on, bro. Again. And we went back by again. And it was the headlights reflecting off the rain on the fucking tombstones. But he swore that there was a ghost in the cemetery.
That's how the spirits are manifesting themselves.
I'll be honest, man. The shit was crazy. But it was the headlights from the truck reflecting off the rain onto tombstones as we drove by. Like, it was some weird optical effect. When we turned the lights off, the apparition disappeared. Like, it's science, man. Fuck out of here.
Oh, that's supernatural, but like the idea that there could be an advanced intelligence formally of the Earth or from somewhere else in the universe.
Do I know this person?
Physically and cosmically possible, at least.
Oh. Yeah, no. Like, I don't know, man. Like that Jesus in the toast shit, man.
What's the chat saying about
That's not the kind of shit that I'm talking about at all, man. That's my point.
Berg, what are they saying in the chat? They got to be talking us up.
The Abraham Lincoln chicken nugget thing.
They're just
peanut that looks like Eisenhower.
The
Yeah,
potato
right.
chip.
Georgie B says good points, Roach.
Yeah, I guess.
That's all?
We dudes, figure it out.
The alien probing didn't get any comments from the chat. You chat people
Rob
suck.
says LMFAO. That's it.
Leave my fucking ass alone. Is that what she said?
So yeah, I don't know, man. I feel like a lot of
That's what that stands for.
That's what it means for her. That's it.
No, a lot of like supernatural shit can be explained away because like up until the moment that your mind conceives what's actually happening, your eyes are unable to recognize it.
Right, but we're talking about UFOs.
You know, it's just like magic, the sleight of hand. You know, it really looks like motherfuckers are pulling swords out of their throats and making rabbits appear, but they're not. Once you know what they're doing, you can recognize the movement and you see what's happening. I feel like that's what a lot of supernatural shit is. Nature doing magic on us. Because
I
that's how
agree
it
with
really
that.
works.
I agree with that. I think that's a separate conversation about the UFOs, though.
Yeah, I think that you're right. Like a lot of things, like people are tricked, their mind tricks them into believing something that they didn't really see because of like lights or reflection of water or smoke and
And then
whatnot.
add preconceived notion, and you know you're all ready to have all types of fucking weird experiences.
But I think that there's just like a lot of evidence that like there's something like the out there, and it's too like large of a universe to be just us. So I'm with Jamie. I think that there's probably more to it.
There's weird shit we can't
that-
explain right now. That's
Yeah.
that's all I'm saying. And that makes it really interesting. You know, a huge percentage of these things are explainable or not credible or something like that. That's true. But the shit that the Navy's got on video, and the people who are close to these programs and have an idea of what's going on in the Pentagon making these kind of statements now, and this hearing coming up just makes it all interesting. I mean, there's nothing that's known or concluded by anything
think
that's out
that,
there right
like,
now. It's just really interesting.
Other places around the world, other countries are like a little bit more open about saying like there's stuff out there that we don't know, and the United States is really the only one that's really hard on it. Hard, like I don't know what's going on.
China's not cool with that shit either.
No, they want everybody to believe they're the top power.
Okay, you guys, tell me how much do you believe in aliens, like percentage wise, versus you don't? Like 70-30, 80-20. Go, see murder.
100, 100-0, unfortunately.
100-0.
It's 100.
Yeah, I had an experience out in Crestone, Colorado. It was
Yeah,
at like
you never even got to it.
Now it's 100. It's 100%.
What experience did you have, bro?
All right, so do y'all know
If we
about
can get a little
Crestone,
personal.
Colorado?
Nah.
All right,
I mean, if there's anal probing, just skip that part.
no. Luckily, no. But I'm not gonna lie. If that's how that happened, that shit's terrifying. The leading up, I can't handle. So we were so Crestone, Colorado. I actually had did some research on it while I was out in Denver doing a show last year on my tour, and it's what's called like a spiritual nexus. They say that there's like a energy grid all around the earth. I think they were talking about that in like some release papers. And a spiritual nexus is essentially a really powerful area for energy. Crestone, Colorado. Crestone is supposed to be a spiritual vortex, and it's a city in the state of Colorado, essentially. And we drove like maybe 2 hours out there just to go see it. Like, fuck it. I'm a pretty spiritual person. I had to see how this was going. So when we got out there, it was really weird because it felt like I just like had like a fucking arrow stuck to my forehead, just telling me where to go, who to talk to, just kind of go this way. I'm all right, fucking, I'm just gonna go do all this stuff. So we go to like this crystal shop, and it's like kind of giving off these weird vibes, and I'm just like, I don't think I need anything from here. So we leave out of there, and I'm like, let me drive a car, fuck it. I feel like this arrow I should follow. So I'm driving, and we see like this mandala. We see like mandalas on this window, and I'm like, I'm gonna go there. That place looks interesting. And there's like mandalas are like spiritual, old spiritual and religious shapes that they used to use for like energy reasons. And it's like this weird it's a fucking pizza shop. I'm like, oh, I didn't expect that. I thought it was gonna be stuff a spiritual place. It's the most spiritual pizza shop I've ever been to, though. So that was crazy. I'm talking to the guy, and he's like talking to us about like, oh yeah, no, we all know about aliens out here. It's like a regular thing. They're like, there's usually like a couple alien sightings a day. Apparently, a couple, like maybe a couple years, maybe 40, 50 years, a long time ago, a billionaire came to Crestone understanding that it was a spiritual nexus. So he invested millions of dollars into all types of spiritualities that wanted to move out there. So when he did that, he kind of made it like a weird kind of, it feels weird to be there, honestly. Because it feels like higher energy, if I'm explaining that right. It feels like you're more aware of everything that's going on and what you're there for. Like, you're not just here. You didn't just fucking drive out 2 hours for no reason. You drove out here because you were supposed to be here for something that happened. So after we end up talking to them, they're like, y'all should stay the night, blah, blah, blah. They're really trying to talk us into staying the night, but I'm supposed to drive back to Michigan from Denver, and I'm like, that's a far ass drive, and we're kind of ready to go now. So I don't think we're just gonna just fuck it. We're gonna just drive back. So we're driving back. We're on the freeway, like fucking late as hell at night. This is how one of these stories kind of starts. You don't really see any other cars on the road. We're just driving down the street. We're all talking about everything that happened. We found out about this book called the Celestine Prophecy, which was kind of like really, really interesting book that I'm glad I went all the way out there just to find out about this book. It's a very interesting book. It's something I checked into on your own time, but it's not something I'm going to talk about. So we're talking about the book and everything, listening to the audio book. It's like fucking enlightening us to some shit that we didn't like. We kind of thought, but never really fully thought through. And you can see like, where we're at, there's no city, so this like you can see all the stars in the sky, like you can see fucking everything. And oh fuck, it looks like, man, I can see constellations, like I can see the lines connecting them. It's crazy. It's like a weirdly spiritual experience of watching the sky. So I see like a fucking weird like little dark spot just randomly up betwixt all the sky and the stars. I'm like, that looks weird. That's weird, very rare thing. Just notice a random dark spot in all these lights. And while I'm out there, I make possibly the dumbest decision I could have made. And I was just like, you know what? If there's any alien, I said this out loud too, like crazy, man. If there's any aliens or anything out there that wants to come talk to us, come on down. Come talk to us. Come on, let's have a conversation. Fuck it.
That's the worst thing you should ever say.
Everyone told me this afterwards. I did not know this. Oh my fuck. Because it got very real very quickly.
Did you not see any of the movies? Like,
I
yeah, that,
know,
like
I don't know. I was high as shit. I was just like, fuck it. We just, I've done psychedelics. How crazy could this really get? I'm not on drugs. So I haven't done any psychedelics yet. So this is going to be pretty chill. I'm only going to be high, regular high. So I'm like, yeah, I'm going to just do this. And we get back in the car. We're driving. And we start to feel like there's a presence in the car. And at first, I kind of noticed it, but I'm just chilling because it doesn't feel like a bad presence or anything. It just feels like, it's just like, I'm like, oh, cool. Like I called out, there's someone here to talk to me, like type shit. And like, I guess the way that it felt, I'm just going to just tell you the story from my perspective. It's going to sound crazy, and I can't do anything to tell you from my perspective how everything went down. So I'm sitting there, and it feels almost like I'm starting to share a brain with somebody, and I'm just like, well, it definitely there's someone here now, but they're with me now. Like, fuck, they're here. I'm them too now, type shit. And I'm sitting in the back seat. My friend Chris is driving. My girlfriend is, I think she's in the front seat. So I'm just the only one in the back. And I can definitely tell that there's presence there. I'm just kind of chilling with it. We're chilling. And I started to tell them like, hey guys, like there's a presence here now. And they freak out. They did not take the news well. My girlfriend looks in the mirror and she looks at it and she doesn't she recognizes only, in her words, half of my face. And she's like, I got scared. I'm like, she turns around and looks at me. She's like, who the fuck are you? And when she said that, I just get terrified. I just kick whoever the fuck was in my body out my body. I said, you can't be here anymore. We're scared. I don't know who you are. You might be a stranger. So after that, this is where things really get. I thought that's where things were going to be just wild. We all recognized, like, okay, there was something in the car. No longer in the car. It wasn't anything evil, but it was definitely something in the car. And we're driving, and I shit you not, we hit like a patch of fog, and we drive through it. Then we hit another patch of fog. We drive through it. And we hit the densest patch of fog I've ever seen in my life. Like, we can literally, with high beams on, see one white line in front of us at a time. It's so dense. I've never seen anything like this. I'm staring into the smoke. I'm starting to hallucinate. I'm like, okay.
You're in Colorado, right?
Yes, I was leaving Crestone, and I was hallucinating. I'm seeing things in the smoke. My girlfriend's like, am I the only one seeing things in this smoke? I'm like, so this is real. Things are just happening in this fog that is right in front of me. And I'm like, guys, I'm not gonna lie to you. I feel like some shit's about to go down. But I kind of realized, like, if it is, do not play into the fear of it. Just realize who you are, what you are. Don't worry about it. You're gonna be okay. You're gonna make it through this. You always make it through this shit. Don't even worry about it. So I just kind of put on a mental barrier to make it through the rest of that ridiculously dense fog. And then once we're through the fog, everyone's just like, oh my fuck. I'm going back though. I gotta go back. Gotta go back to Crestone one more time. Gotta go check that out. Gotta see what was in that fog at least one time.
What?
Gotta check. I think we stopped the car in the fog, and we made a lot of dumb decisions.
Hey, what's up?
One of my friends got out of the car, and I literally said,
Oh
don't
my
get out of
God.
the car.
He got out of the car
And he
in
was
the
like,
mist. We lost
why would
us.
you
He
say
made
that?
it back, and he was like, why would you say that? Why would we have to tell you not to walk in the mist? You've seen the movie The Mist. Like, you know what it is. So yeah, 100% aliens, real shit. Very real shit.
It sounds more like ghost shit, man.
I've encountered ghosts, and that didn't feel like
Maybe
That
nothing
was something else.
It
That
was a ghost of an alien.
You know, I've done psychedelics, and I felt like I've been in places where you're in a space that's not the space that you think. It's the only way I can describe it. And that was a space that was not the space that we thought.
What do you think, Roach?
Yeah, Roach, what are you on the percentage here? Are you for sure 80%?
Story. How about
I mean-
that story?
Oh, of that story?
Yeah.
It's just my direct. It happened. I'm sorry. No one has to believe it. That shit happened in like fucking November last year. This isn't a late thing.
You know, I mean, here's the thing. Like, regardless of my opinion, you know, Mike Fate had this experience, and
Oh,
he's
yeah.
100%. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So even though I might want to look at things in a more rational way, I might want to, you know, pull out my phone and see what the Weather Channel says. Like, is this what's supposed to be happening? You know, shit like that. I don't know.
And that's completely fair. I'm not gonna lie. I tried to logic my way through it at one point. I'm like, realistically, you know that none of this could probably be happening. But
Yeah,
it
no,
definitely
like,
could. It also could. Who knows? Like, fuck.
If the weather calls for, like, you know, a clear fucking night, all right. Now I need to see, is there some kind of something happening in this area to be causing all this moisture to be in the air? Like, I don't know.
Well, see, Colorado's also a really dry territory. Like, that's why their weed was some of the driest weed I've ever smoked. Though it was great, it's also dry as fuck.
Yeah, no, I mean, low key, I want to to believe that there's more, but without proof, it just seems kind of like lying to yourself to a degree. You know, if you're like all in, you know, I don't know.
No, I completely believe that. That's fair. I think for me personally, I just go off. If it happens to me, if I experience it, then that's just the only thing I can really trust. At the end of the day, anybody could just be saying anything, and everything's an opinion. It's nothing is real. Science tells you that at the very smallest levels inside of atoms, there's fucking nothing. Nothing's real. Nothing's even going on here. We don't know.
Yeah, no, a lot of life is how you perceive it, you know, the experience that you're having. You know, a lot of people lead a fucked up life, but you know, person fucking them up can possibly be living their best life. Shit happens.
Very true.
The parallel experience in the same time space.
So what about that percentage, Roach? Where you at, man?
Yeah. Where you at?
I'm 360 degrees, my brother.
Mm-hmm.
Oh shit!
Not a percentage.
Advocating all positions. How about Jamie? We didn't hear from you, Jamie. What's your percentage on that? Percentage believe, disbelieve?
So, of course, no idea. I am very interested. There's stuff there that is so sensational that I'm definitely interested to hear what some of the answers are when the time comes. But when it comes to, we saw what happened here on Earth. We're here as beings with some intelligence who can think about thinking and develop these abilities to do this stuff. So the fact that that would happen someplace else in the universe is not shouldn't be too hard to believe. Now, whether or not we're experiencing a situation where we are where we are right now with our level of technology and consciousness and all that kind of stuff, and we're being visited by somebody else with some kind of intelligence and stuff, that seems like to those things to match up like that would be very difficult. But then again, I mean, those type of hugely astronomical numbers exist in the universe, so it's still possible. But I kind of think, just to add to maybe hypothesis and controversy and sensationalism, that it makes more sense that if we're being visited by people with this type of advanced technology, that they are possibly of the Earth formerly before the cataclysm, the advanced civilizations able to split the Earth and then be able to return at some point, or that type of thing. I mean, as far-fetched as it sounds, that's as plausible as anything. And the idea that an intelligence that evolved is somewhere else in the universe coming here, that's a really difficult thing for those things to match up. I think it's more likely, as far as probability goes, that that's what we're experiencing, if this turns out to be anything like that. I mean, there's no hard evidence. There's nothing to make a conclusion from. This is fun in a way, but I do think
you're
like
going
that.
with like a Noah's Ark type of theory where civilization as we know it is destroyed, and then the surviving sector of those people move on to populate the new world.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, in a way. Yeah, there's probably some caveats and a deeper discussion
And
than
then,
that, but something like that. Yeah.
The human race is really somewhere else, monitoring Earth and taking the best.
Well, like some split off people from that advanced civilization. Yeah, exactly.
And they just come back. And
I mean, most of them are gone.
The best of the and smartest of humans that are left just before we destroy Earth, or Earth destroys us again.
Well, I'm not going to take it so far that I know exactly what their plan is or anything, but something like that seems to be more plausible to me than the intelligence that comes from somewhere else in the universe that comes here. So.
That doctor that Trump loves, she says there's lizard people running America. I mean, is that what we're talking about here? The lizard people?
Hey, we learned they were demons and non-humans.
Demons have sex with you while you're sleeping?
Yeah.
I think we're ignoring one of the most probable things is that motherfuckers are smart, and they try to make primitive people and you know, pre-colonial people seem like savages, but like maybe they were just some smart motherfuckers that counted a whole different way than we count. So like these big numbers weren't a big deal. And they were able to see things and look at the world in a way that just we don't. Just how we look at the world in feet, and the rest of the world looks at the world in meters. So why can't we just be smart? And it's lost technology, just like stuff that we have now. We are on Earth has been here before. It's just packaged in a different way, and it moves in a slightly different way, but it's the same mechanics. It's the same principles. Like math is eternal.
Physics is the same,
It's
right?
just numbers. You know, it's just numbers. What can you see? And why can't we just be smart humans? Like it's
So
not.
you know the advancements that we've made in the last 200 years. Everybody here is aware enough of history, or that immediate enough of history to know where we've come technologically, from a horse and buggy to going into space. You know, there's 100,000 years of generations of people in which this could have happened. You know,
But time out, man. I'm gonna say, because how many civilizations have been destroyed?
who
How
knows?
many?
No,
How
nobody has
many
the answers to this.
schools of
There's only
schools of thought? Yeah, well, I mean, we do have evidence of their destruction. We kind of do. You know, we know about things that have happened throughout history. You know, from a different perspective, where you know entire ways of life and civilizations and languages, creation stories and religious traditions, all of this shit just completely
megalithic structures
exterminated.
around the world. Yeah.
Never understood, never tried to understand, just exterminated. So we really can't say how far we would or should have advanced by now.
There's
You know,
no those answers. We don't have the answers to that. There's no way. You're right.
what makes us great as a planet supposedly is the contributions that everybody has given throughout time and history to create everything that we have, and speak about what they know from where they came from and what those people learned, and this exchange of knowledge. That's what makes us great. But like some people, you know, aren't here to tell their side of the story. That's fucked up.
The winners write the history.
Yeah, I just think people were smart and we
Destroyed
killed
it.
them.
Me too.
They, you know, people were smart. They died. They never got their story told. Now it's alien technology, but it's
Well,
probably something simple that we all could know, but we
what
don't.
we've seen is the only thing that lasts over the ages is stone. I mean, right? Steel, even stainless. I mean, it all can get turned away. Everything of wood goes away to dust. Everything of metal or pottery, there's nothing that endures except for stone. So what the ancients left us messages in stone. And by the way, we still haven't figured out how the hell they did some of those messages in stone that they did, right?
True.
And if
Stone
you
cutting,
really
high
knew
speed drilling.
yeah, if you knew that your time was finite on this earth, that you were probably looking at another extinction event, that's what you do for future generations, just create gigantic stone things and hopefully figure that future generations or future civilizations would be able to unravel your mystery.
Let's say, how is somebody from the 1920s or 1930s going to explain how this happened? You know, if they find this artifact, how do they
Maybe you need to
explain
go
this
back
is
further.
alien technology? It is just etched into the metal like with a laser. Oh my God, this must be an alien technology.
Mm-hmm.
You
No,
know,
wait,
but
but wait, Roach, because there's like laser type writing in stone wall. So I think like you could definitely find those people, but you'd have to go further back than we report.
yeah, I'm saying these motherfuckers we got lasers, they had lasers. You know, what we use them for, what they used them for, probably two totally different things.
Maybe they were smarter and didn't take us down a path of destroying our own planet and making nuclear weaponry and polluting everything, and just figured out we shouldn't do that early on or something.
If we had evolved without
Maybe
electricity
they
in the
did.
last 100 years, if we met our needs in other ways, like other civilizations may have. Who knows what we could have discovered?
I mean, I've heard
Maybe
that
they
theory.
thought that pumping the planet for petroleum was unethical and
Right.
fucking not smart. So they found
Especially
other
when
ways
you have,
to create energy.
like
and
wind
capture
and
it.
light energy. There's so many different types of energy. We don't have to use fossil fuels or anything like that. It's just unnecessary at this point.
And instead of looking at the forest and our natural world as resources to be plundered, if previous civilizations learned how to work with those environments and communicate and cooperate and maybe even co-opt into the natural world in some way, that could be a world we can't even imagine right now.
Well, I'll tell you this, man, like some fucking 1392, 14, whatever, 100 pirates, if they landed in the New England area right now, they could probably take that land over. You know what I'm saying? That shit's not hard to do when you don't think that people are coming to kill you. You know, like imagine if a ship just pulled up and it's full of like a couple hundred motherfuckers that are intending to murder everybody and take over the land. You know, they'd get pretty far before we stopped them, right?
Yeah.
Exactly, man. I feel like all this alien technology is not alien, bro. It's like the people who got killed.
I think that's more plausible if it turns out that there was advanced technology, that it came from the Earth and that was erased during a cataclysmic event and we had to start over again, basically.
You know, we talked about.
To me, that's way more plausible than people from another planet wanting to come put their finger in people's booties and kill cows.
Man, that does sound implausible, but also it's from I personally believe that we come from some sort of aliens, because I don't think that all this that we're doing is just something that just happens on a random planet anywhere. I don't know. I mean, yeah, the universe is big and it's completely possible for this to happen. But I feel like it's less likely than assholes in space. I feel like assholes in space takes the cake for me.
Well, I'm saying, like, I'm not denying that you had that experience and that, like, you're going to probably carry that with you forever, you know, because that was your perception. And I think that once you accept certain things in your mind, then certain things are allowed to be perceived within that realm. Like when you sit there and watch a movie, you know motherfuckers aren't swinging from building to building and doing triple flips and drop kicks. But for the purposes of what you're watching, you're accepting these rules. So when you're living your life and you have preconceived notions, you see things that you expect to see. And the mind is very powerful. You know, it's scientifically proven that our minds lie to us every second that our eyes are open, because it edits our nose out of our vision. So we need to understand what the fuck is happening there. Because I would argue that we're using our brains and minds in the wrong way. If it's that powerful, why is there so much fear?
I think there's a lot of people that would agree with you that we're using our minds and our bodies in the wrong way.
Yeah, G.
Here's what I'm saying.
Way more plausible.
Statistically, I mean, the universe is so huge. Other life sprung up. I have 100% confidence that somewhere on other planets, in some primordial ooze, as they like to describe it, there's life. And probably life in a bunch of different ways.
Probably in our own solar system.
Yep. But the physics between going from another solar system in a galaxy to get to ours is still, I just can't get there. Now, if they show how you can go faster than light, how you can accelerate past that, or how you can use wormholes or change dimensions, then everything opens up. But right now I'm about 50-50. There's a lot of things out there that I know that we can't explain. So I have a healthy degree of skepticism with everything the government says, and all governments, have been holding us back from us for a very long time. The second thing is, until I can see some kind of evidence that indicates there is something from outside the solar system, or even from an advanced civilization hiding themselves from our view on another planet, I need to have that in my hand. I need to see it. People that I trust need to tell me that it's real before I can go there.
Yeah, man, it's real.
Well, you heard it here first. It's
I
real.
think those videos are really compelling, man, and it is interesting that people this close to that whole, program in Pentagon are saying that they've got something in their possession. So it's at least interesting. There is nothing to make any conclusions from.
They analyze those videos up, down, sideways, every single angle they can. If they could have proven that, they certainly would have. Like you said, accelerating while you're zooming and all those different weather balloon bullshit excuses they've used in the past. If they was able to come up with an explanation on this one, they certainly would have, but nada. And the commentary from the pilots, you all watched the video, I'm assuming. The commentary from the pilots where they're talking to each other like, holy shit. And the one guy says, hey, look, there's a whole 5 of them just sitting there, hovering over there on the edge of your radar. I mean, these are trained military men. They've seen a lot of shit in the air. This is not boys making a mistake.
All right. Now,
Hey guys, I'm gonna cut out. My phone's about to die. I'll see you guys next week.
All right, man.
Kill the phone,
Get
murder.
your opinion next week, though.
I gave you my opinion. I'm 100-0. I'm for sure.
I'm with you, see murder. Tell them about these aliens.
All right, man.
Rip off the mask.
I mean, this shit's public record. I can show the video, right?
Yeah.
It's been in news media. It's not being hidden from anybody.
When
From the major news sources.
When you're watching like a Deadpool movie and you see him chop guys up like that, you accept it because you're watching a Deadpool. When you're watching a rap video and you see a bunch of guys in the streets shooting and holding guns, like, you accept it because why? In your narrative of life, that's what you see when you're there. You can do that. And like, it's an accepted truth. It's part of the narrative. That's why shit doesn't change.
Look at that shit, man. That shit's crazy.
That's saucer shaped.
All right, but okay, now everybody sees drones. We know what drones are, but like, you mean to tell me there wasn't drones before we knew what drones were?
But drones that fly faster than jets?
I mean, I don't know, man. I've seen some drones fucking haul ass.
Well, the other discussion is whether or not it's technology from like Russia or China or something like that that's advanced.
Man, our military budget is so fucking crazy. I wouldn't put it past us to have shit.
The other thing is when they say they've got off-world vehicles and all this kind of stuff, one of my concerns is how
maybe we built it on the dark side of the moon.
Well, yeah, some people think that, yeah. The misdirection from the government. There's something else going on of some high-level defense nature or something like that. Now everybody is worried about these things, and they were just bullshitting us. Concerned about shit like that.
Very spooky, man. Spooky shit, Jamie. When are we gonna find out? How do we find out?
I don't know. It seems as though, from what I was reading, that there is going to be some type of hearing coming up relatively soon.
That piece of an alien lander. Do you know more about that? I'm curious about that particular item.
Yeah, I need to see more on that, man.
Yeah.
This will be a conversation we can continue next week too. I'm gonna do a little more research on these alien materials.
I mean, I watch Rick and Morty. I think there's a lot of aliens out there. So, yeah.
Man, I think the only reason why aliens come here is we got weed.
Space Grass.
Yeah, like
It's a
what
great
is it?
Clutch song.
Like Obsidian, like it's really fucked up and hard to work with, but like Aztecs made weapons out of it.
How about the crystal skulls that are complete skulls made out of crystal with no tool marks and crafted by a technique not known to humankind?
It takes somebody
Known to
50
the
years to
public.
polish that down like that or something. Or I forgot what it was estimated.
Some why I know. It's amazing.
That's some advanced tools right there.
Yep. Yeah. You know,
We're
still
extremely primitive.
the repetition of the pyramid shape across different civilizations earlier, the movement of stones that defy logic, that would be very difficult, not impossible, but very difficult even with modern technology to move some of those stones, and the distance over which they were moved without any real roads. In the case of the Aztecs, even without the development of the wheel, okay, they moved these stones without the wheel. So help me with that. I mean, if you look at Machu Picchu, that's on top of a fucking mountain.
And I
On
mean,
top of a mountain, it's a huge thing. Wow.
you know, like you say like they didn't discover the wheel by, you know, our standards. You know, they just may have not needed to rely on wheel technology. It might have seemed inefficient, all that friction.
I was gonna say, technically, I mean, from what I've researched, and it's just all unproven everything. It would be a wheel would be pretty rudimentary, you know, like from what I believe like ancient Egypt had power, like so for them to do something like that wouldn't be completely unheard of with the technology that they had available.
Mm.
I think that there were aliens. I don't think that aliens have, if they were here, like I don't think they've been here in a long time. I don't think that they like just build stuff, like they just built a pyramid. I think that, you know, technology built pyramids, but I think that space definitely has a lot more to do with us than we realize.
I mean, the establishment calls people that they want to, you know, separate themselves from and destroy aliens too.
That's just that's just a technicality of the English language.
Now. We got the Space Force now.
That Jamie loves the Space Force. Thinks it's the best
Oh my
thing
God.
Trump ever did.
Nothing's a coincidence, bro.
Oh, I swear.
The Netflix show is pretty funny.
Oh man.
I've not seen that.
Watch hip hop and graffiti be alien technology in a little bit, man.
Damn.
Oh man, that'd be kind of, if that's how they would classify me from this point on, I'm done with it.
Yeah, man.
Like alien.
Well, shit, man. That was a good ass show. Thanks for everybody speaking so freely about their supernatural and extraterrestrial experiences.
Oh, I haven't even tapped into mine. Tune in next week. So.
I was going to say, Berg has one? I want to hear it.
Oh, cliffhanger. Don't give away. Don't give it up. Don't give up the pussy on the first date. Come on. Make them wait. Make them wait for it.
Oh my goodness.
Well, I'm about to drop, guys. A couple minutes here.
All right. Everybody tune in to Jazz Cabbage Cafe tomorrow.
What you guys got going on?
Well, we're at least going to be talking about the elections, which are tomorrow.
And also, last Friday, I was part of the Cannabis Caucus of the Michigan Democratic Party. We had a Zoom call with the Attorney General, and we'll probably talk about that on the show, too. Talk about some of the social justice and cannabis issues we told her about.
And we're not going to be in studio, so we're still going to be Zoom
Mhm.
live on Facebook and all that kind of stuff tomorrow about 4. So be there. And you guys, of course, are always welcome.
All right,
Awesome.
man. Just before I say a shout out to the sponsors, I just want to say, just to be fair, everybody who agrees with what I said, it's possible that I was just possessed by the aliens and said what they wanted me to say so that you wouldn't believe it.
You were pretty convincing.
You
Maybe
can't put that kind
too
of doubt
convincing.
up in the air like that.
So with that being said, Berg, what's up with the sponsors, man? Put the page up, show some love. Great group of people right here. We got Honeybee Extractions, Native Made 313, Ghostbuster Farm, Western Tobacco, Michigan Ganja Queen, MI Turp Farm, and Label My Motherfucking Butt. Boom. Big shout out to Jamie Lowell and Rick Thompson from Jazz Cabbage. Mike Fate, great man, have success at Zaza Palooza. Give a plug, man. When is this thing popping off?
It's going to be Sunday, starts at 7 o'clock and ends at 2 o'clock. And I'm gonna be out there with Gooey Roots. So that's gonna be nice. Selling some good exotics.
All right, man.
And
Tables
you
still
haven't
available?
performed.
Are tickets still available?
Oh yeah, tickets are available right now. I think they're at $50 a ticket.
It's reasonable.
Yeah, I mean, it's an exotics festival, so it's going to be a lot going on. They have Lil Gotti going to be there. It's also a video game competition. I'm about to whoop everyone's ass at this video game competition. They have no idea. I'm going to sing and I'm going to grab that controller and just get to smacking people. I'm going to keep on singing.
All right, y'all. Well, thanks everybody out there that tuned in. Nolia White, Prop One, Medicated Meditation. All you out there, tune in next week. Of course, stay tuned on IG, and y'all have a great rest of your Medical Monday. All right, y'all.
Peace.
Thanks for having me.
Peace.
Thanks, everybody. Great show.